What's up, everybody? It's the Young Filmmaker, aka YFM, and today is Mixtape Monday, episode 2. The first thing I did is I opened the photo and I put it into Lightroom. That's where I edited the exposure, added some grain, and added some clarity to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I edited that in Lightroom. So first, let me see if I have any effects on it real quick. So nothing is added to it right now. So I'm just going to bring the exposure up a little. And the color effects, bring the clarity up, texture up a little. The detail, so we're going to move on to the details tab. And that's where I'm going to add, go back to the effects tab. That's where I'm going to add some grain. And now we're going to edit this in Photoshop. So you just right click on the photo that you have and edit it in Photoshop. Okay, so since I want this to be like an album cover, the first thing I'm going to do is unlock and crop this real quick into a 1x1. First I'm going to crop into 1x1, and I want him to be in the middle specifically. Sorry about that. I want him to be in the middle, so around right there. That'd be good. And the next thing that we're going to do after this is we're going to first click off of this. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add the ripped paper to the edges of this photo, and I'm going to link these paper cuts in the description down below. So if you need it, just check in the description box down below. So I have this picture right here, but I can't add any of the paper cuts to this photo. So I'm going to open a new blank 1920 by 1080p blank sheet. And that's where I'm going to copy this and paste it back here. And since the paper is white, we need to change this. Take the fill tool and change it to black. So now you have this open, and we're going to move on to the next step, adding the paper edges. Once you have your paper cut open, you're going to take one and place it on any side that you want. You want to get it to where it touches the edge, and you want it to get it from where it touches edge to edge. So from one corner of the photo to the other corner of the photo, and you're going to move it back a little. We're going to put this under the picture later on, but first you want to get everything set in place. So let's see, right there, and to the edge of the photo. Okay, now you have all of them set in place. So we're going to move all of these layers down under this layer. And to do that, to select all of them at one time, you just hold shift and click the top layer and click the bottom layer to press all of them at one time. So after we have this, you see how the corners are too sharp. We wanted to get it to where it matches this rough paper edge. So to do that, you just take the eraser tool, and you can click on this folder. The one that I'm using is on the first row, all the way on the top right corner. And the next thing you're going to do is I'm going to select the picture first, which just erase the corners like this. Kind of matching the ripped paper edge. So once you have finished the main photo, you're going to move on to the paper cut edges. You're going to move on to the paper. So I'm going to do this left one first, and just move it out. In order to move it in a little bit, it's a little too far out, and this side is pretty good, that side is pretty good. So now we're going to move on to the bottom one, to the eraser tool, and so after you have finished roughing out the edges, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to so after you have finished roughing out the edges, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place some text behind him specifically. And to do that, we are going to use the magic wand tool. But before we do that step, let's duplicate this, the photo layer. Just gonna copy and paste and place it in its exact same place. So I'm going to take the top layer itself and going to use the magic wand tool to mask him out. So as you can see, this magic wand tool is just clicks one thing at a time, but for me, I have the plus selected, and to change it to a minus, you just click on the top left corner right here, and it's going to turn into a minus. So it's going to delete anything you selected. And to click one thing at a time, you just leave it on the square, one square, and it's only going to click once at a time. Another way to change this from plus to minus is you hold on the magic wand tool, which is the fourth on the toolbar, and you hold it, and these three options are going to come up. You click the middle one, and as you can see, if I zoom in here, it's a plus, and if I hold Alt, it's going to turn into a minus. So we want to add, so let me just scroll over. I'm going to speed this part up and show you the finished product. So once you have finished your selection, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to mask him out. And to do that, you click the mask tool down right here. I also have another video showing where I did a brush tool behind this, so go check that out. It's going to be right here, or here, right here. So going to mask him out, and we're going to place, and if you can see, if I just select him, it's only him by himself. So we're going to place that right there, and we're going to take our text tool, which is right here, and type in our text. Wow, that is really big. And we need to make that smaller. And once you have the text, once you have your text written up, you have to place it under the layer which you just masked out. And as you can see, it's behind him. It's only behind him, not behind anything else, or in front of anything else. So I'm just going to duplicate that real quick. And to do this step, you just hold Alt, and as you can see, it shows two cursors, and you just click on your layer and hold, and drag it to wherever you need. To do this real quick, let me move this down. After 15. And this is the finished product. If you want to see the other album covers that I did, check out my video right here where I show how I make the brush tool. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is YFM. Check it out.